Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Strom, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today's date is July 12th, 1912, and we're here at Fenway Park to watch the Detroit Tigers play the Boston Red Sox. I appreciate you being here. Let me just set up a couple of things here, and we'll be ready to go. There we are. I'm on. I see that we're broadcasting, so we're ready to go. Anyway, the last time I broadcast a game last week, it was April 23rd, 1912, and the Red Sox were like 3-4, 5-3, I believe was their record after their first week. In real life, the 1912 Red Sox won a lot of games. They were the world champions. And at this point in the real July 12th, 1912, their record, I think, was 55-39 or something like that. No, 55-25, something like that. That's what it was. Anyway, to make a long story short, they were 25, 30 games over 500. Well, I simmed from April 23rd to July 12th so I could catch up with the calendar. And this Red Sox team is 39-39, and they are 8 games out of first place. So they got a lot of work to do. Detroit Tigers are in first place at 47-31, and there's a doubleheader today, so this is a great place to start. So welcome to Fenway Park for today's game between Detroit and Boston. In game one of a doubleheader, Joe Lake will start for Detroit. He's made 4 starts on the year and is 4-2 with an ERA of 5.17. His first start against Boston, he'll be opposed by Ray Collins. He's made 7 starts on the year and is 2-5 with an ERA of 4.25. It's his second start against Detroit. He's 0-1 with a 2.25 ERA against the Tigers. It's 86 degrees. Wind speeds 14 miles an hour in from left. Well, that ought to stop any home runs from happening over the wall, even though there probably wouldn't have been anyway. So let's go down to the field.
Play ball.
And here we go. We're going to go over the lineups for Detroit, and the field is for the Red Sox. The first 2 games I broadcast, I used the Action PC announcer to do the broadcasting. I'm going to do the broadcasting myself this time, and we'll see if it goes any different for me. But let's go over the Detroit lineup. Batting first is Vitt at third base. Bush is batting second at shortstop. Cobb is in center field batting third. Crawford in right field batting fourth. Delahunty in left field batting fifth. Moriarty at first base batting sixth. Loudon at second base batting seventh. Stang catching batting eighth. Lake pitching and batting ninth. In the infield, we have Gardner at third base, Wagner at short, Yerkes at second, Stahl at first, Hooper, Speaker, and Duffy Lewis. And there's Duffy's Cliff there in left field. Kerrigan catching, Collins pitching. There's going to be there's an interesting story I posted on my Facebook page about Collins. I'll tell you about it if you hadn't seen it later in the game. But anyway, Vitt is stepping in, and here's the first pitch of the game. And there's a ground ball to first base. Stahl is going to drop it for an error. Vitt is going to be on first, and that's how the game starts. Runner on first, nobody out. Red Sox make an error on their first play of the game. Bush stepping in. Donnie Bush is the shortstop. He's batting .258. He does have 4 home runs this year, which is quite a bit of power for this 1912 season, 28 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Collins.
Ball 4. Take your base.
And Collins is having a slow start as he's going to have runners on first and second, nobody out, and he's facing Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb is having a wonderful year. He's batting .418. He has 4 home runs. He has 59 runs batted in. Collins, a lefty, will face Cobb, the lefty, and here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to second. Yerkes has booched the ball, and the Red Sox are in big trouble, and the game has just started. 2 errors and a walk find Detroit with the bases loaded. I'm guessing that we're seeing why they're 39 and 39 and not 55 and 23 or whatever they were after July 12th in real life. Crawford's stepping in. Crawford's a .366 hitter. He's got the bases loaded. Vitt at third. Bush at second. Cobb at first. 2 errors in the game. Here's the pitch from Collins. And he hits a fly ball deep to center field. Speaker going back. He's under it. He's got it for the out. Runner's going to score. Bush holds at second. Means Cobb can't go anywhere. There's finally 1 out. However, Detroit has a 1-0 lead. Stepping up is Jim Delahunty, the left fielder. He's batting .254, no home runs, 34 RBIs. Collins looks at Bush at second base and throws. There's a ground ball to short. Wagner scoops it up. Yerkes for 1. Over to first. Delahunty is going to beat it out. They have a forced play at second. There's going to be 2 outs with runners on first and third. Delahunty's at first. Bush at third. Moriarty, the first baseman, is stepping in, batting .248, no home runs, 32 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Collins. And there's another ground ball to short. Wagner's going to flip it to Yerkes for the out, and the inning is over. At the end of 1/2 an inning, Detroit leads 1-0, and the Red Sox, after that inauspicious start of a error, a walk, and an error, found themselves with the bases loaded and nobody out, only allowing 1 run in. I would say that's a victory for Collins and the Red Sox. Batting order for the Red Sox, we have Hooper batting first. In right field, Yerkes at second base batting second. Tris Speaker in center field batting third. Duffy Lewis in left field batting fourth. Gardner at third base batting fifth. Stahl, the manager, and the first baseman batting sixth. Wagner at shortstop. Kerrigan catching. Collins pitching and batting ninth. Hooper is batting .288 on the year, 1 home run, 28 RBIs. And here's the pitch from Lake.
Ball 4. Take your base.
And there he goes, walking down to first. The Red Sox will have a runner on first with nobody out. I see we have Big Clue and Beatles in here. Thank you very much for checking in. Let's find out what happens here with a runner on first, nobody out. Yerkes up, batting .262, no home runs, 34 runs batted in. Hooper has a 64% chance. I'm still not used to stealing all this time, so I'm just going to hit away. But Lake thinks I'm going to steal, and he throws over to first. Only went down to 63, but I'm still hitting away. And he's going to throw over there a second time. The crowd doesn't like it. Neither do I. And I'm going to hit away again. And there's a little blooper in the left field. It's going to drop in front of Delahunty. It's a poor play by someone. Hooper's going to go to third. And there's going to be runners on first and third with nobody out for the Red Sox. Tris Speaker is due up. Tris Speaker's having a great year, batting .367. He has 7 home runs, 63 runs batted in. He led the American League in real life with 10 home runs in 1912. Yerkes is no threat to steal. And here's the pitch from Lake, the speaker. And he hits a line drive directly at Bush. He grabs it for the out. One away, everybody holds. Duffy Lewis coming to the bat. He's batting .278, 4 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Once again, Yerkes is no threat to steal. Here's the pitch. Lewis lines a single into right field. Crawford picks it up. The runner scores. There's another poor play on that effort. Yerkes holds at second. Red Sox have tied it up at 1 apiece, have runners on first and second with 1 away, and Larry Gardner due up. He's a .308 hitter, 3 home runs, 68 runs batted in. Lake looks at Yerkes, but he has no chance of stealing. Here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball to center field. Ty Cobb drifting back. He's under it. He's got it. And Yerkes is going to make it to third on the tag up, which shows you how deep that fly ball was. 2 away. Red Sox tied with Detroit 1-1. They have runners on first and third. Jake Stahl, the player manager, due up, having a great year, .331 with a home run, 30 RBIs. Lewis is also not much of a chance of stealing second. Stahl looks out at Lake. Lake looks back at staying for the Stange, I guess is how you pronounce it. And here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball deep to center field. Cobb is going to be under this one, and he's going to catch it for the out. At the end of 1, it's Boston 1, Detroit 1. As we go to the top of the second, Collins is going to face Loudon Stainage, I guess is how you pronounce it. And like the pitcher due up, if one of those guys gets on, the top of the order, Vitt will hit. Loudon batting .254. He's the second baseman. He has no home runs, 23 runs batted in, and Collins pitches. There's a ground ball in the hole between short and third for a single. Loudon is at first. Nobody out, runner on first. I see that the computer manager probably isn't as desperate as I am to hold them on, but we're going to try it a second time. That'll probably go back up now, I would assume. There it goes in 63. I haven't been able to stop the opposing teams from stealing at all. Let's see what happens. Collins throws to Stainage, and he hits a ground ball to third. Gardner's got it over to second for 1. Over to first is a double play. And the Red Sox are looking a lot better here in the second inning than they did in the first. Joe Lake, the pitcher, due up. He's a .158 hitter. Here's the pitch from Collins.
Strike 3.
And there's the end of the inning. At the end of 1.5, it's all tied at 1. Stainage, thank you very much, Clue. As I glance over at the chat, thanks for the help. It's greatly appreciated. Lake is looking in at Wagner. Wagner's the shortstop. He's hitting .269. The last time I broadcast a game, he was vacuuming up everything at shortstop he could find. He has no home runs, 33 RBIs. Lake throws. Wagner flies to center field. Cobb's under it, puts it away for the out. Stepping up to the plate is, Kerrigan. He's hitting .232, 30 points below his real average. No home runs, 18 runs batted in. Lake throws.
Strike 3.
And there's 2 away. Ray Collins, the pitcher, 136 hitter. I guess I'll take the time to tell you what I wanted to tell you about Collins. Collins, they said in this article I read today, was on his way to the Hall of Fame. He had pitched for the Red Sox since 1909, and in 1912. Here he wins. There goes 13-8. In 1913, he was 19-8. In 1940, he was 20-13. His ERA was never over. His highest ERA was never over 3. His highest ERA in all those years was 281 his rookie year. And he was looking really good. In 1914, he had a battle with the Boston owner about his contract. And he had an attitude, and they had an attitude. And although he pitched in 1914, and it was his best season, they didn't get along. In 1915, the Red Sox had a lot of starting pitching. They buried him in the bullpen, only pitched him 25 times. He only started 9 games, was 4-7. And apparently he got so pissed off, he retired at age 29, and that was the end of his career. And that was the story on Ray Collins. He's hitting, batting 136. Here's the pitch. He hits a fly ball to left field. Delahanty's under it, puts it away, and that's the end of the second inning. At the end of 2, Detroit and Boston all tied up at 1. Collins facing the top of the order, followed by Bush and Cobb. Collins throws. Fit hits a ground ball to the vacuum cleaner, and he's out at first, 1 away. Collins facing Bush. Bush hitting 258, 4 home runs. Here's the pitch by Collins. He hits a long ball, left field. It's in the stands. Collins has a new ball. In modern days, they would say he was rubbing it up. I'm not sure what they did in 1912. If anybody knows, you can tell me on the chat. Here's the pitch by Collins to Bush. And he hits a bounding ball to third. Gardner over to first. Bush is out, 2 away. Ty Cobb hitting 416. There's not much I'm going to say about Ty Cobb because I think everybody knows it. So we're just going to let Collins, the lefty, pitch to Cobb, the lefty. Here it is. Cobb hits a fly ball deep in the right field. Hooper's under it. He's got it at the foul pole, and the inning is over at the end of 2.5. It's still tied at 1. Red Sox, Hooper is up, followed by Yerkes and Tris Speaker. Hooper's first time up walked. How can I forget that? Here's the pitch. He hits a fly ball to right field. Crawford's under it, puts it away. 1 down. Yerkes due up. And he singled between third and short his first time up. Here's the pitch. Bounding ball to short. Bush has it over to Moriarty, 2 away. Tris Speaker, although not as good as Ty Cobb, he was right up there. Speaker in the first inning, line to shortstop. He's batting 366 for the season, 383 in real life for the season. Here's the pitch by Lake. And he hits a fly ball to center field. Cobb's going to put it away, and there's a quick third inning at the end of 3. It's all tied up at 1. Crawford, Delahanty, and Moriarty due up in this inning to face Collins. And let's see what Crawford did his first time up. That didn't do it. I'm not sure where. Oh, here it is. Sorry about that. He flied to deep center field. Here's the pitch. Crawford hits a bounding ball to short. Wagner to first, 1 away. Delahanty is up. He grounded to short, forcing Cobb in the first time at bat. He's batting 253 in the replay. He's a right-handed hitter. Collins is a left-handed pitcher. Here's the throw. He hits a fly ball, left field. Lewis is he's going to catch it. No, he's not going to catch it. It's in the stands. Oh, no, he caught it. 2 away. There you go. I got confused. I'll have to apologize for that. Hopefully I'll be getting better. Collins facing Moriarty. Moriarty's first time up, grounded to short, forcing Delahunty at second. Here's the pitch. He's out. And at the end of 3.5, we have a quick game going on. It's still all tied at 1. David Zielinski's in. Hello. Nice to see you, David. Thank you for coming by. Duffy, Lewis, Gardner, and Stahls do up this inning against Lake. There's only been 3 hits in this game, and we're moving along at a pretty quick pace. Here's the pitch by Lake to Lewis. Lewis hits a line drive down the left field line. It's a fair ball. We're going to have a double. He's going to go in a second, standing up. And the Red Sox have something going here in the bottom of the 4th. The go-ahead run in the form of Lewis is on second. Larry Gardner, the third baseman, is walking to the plate. He flied to very deep right center field. It was so deep, Yerkes was able to go from second to third, and he's a pretty slow runner. Lake looking in at Gardner. Gardner's hitting 307. Here's the pitch. Gardner's still up there as he hit a foul tip, and the catcher didn't hold on. Lake looks at Lewis at second. Here's the pitch to Gardner. And he hits another fly ball to center field. This one's fairly shallow. Cobb's going to catch it for the out. Lewis isn't going anywhere. And the Red Sox have 1 away, and runner still on second base. Stahls stepping up, batting .329. His first time up, he flied deep to center field. Here's the pitch by Lake. And he's going to walk. Wagner due up. Wagner, the shortstop, has runners on first and second. There's 1 out. Lewis is no threat to steal. Lake is looking in, and here's the pitch. There's a bounding ball to Vitt at third. Throws to second for 1. Over to first. It's not going to be in time. And there's the force play. There's 2 away. There's going to be runners on first and third for the Red Sox. And even though it started out promising with a runner on second, nobody out, the Red Sox are on the verge of not scoring a run. Kerrigan is due up. He's only hitting .230, runners on first and third. Kerrigan's first time up, he struck out. Here's the pitch by Lake. And he's going to hit a fly ball to Cobb. He's going to put it away to end the inning. And an inning that started so promising ends with no runs. The Red Sox and Tigers at the end of 4, 1 apiece. That last at-bat by Kerrigan, as Collins was throwing, it said it was throwing the 3-0 pitch. It's a rarity that a 3-0 pitch isn't a walk, and that was one of the times. It was not a walk. Collins did have an economic degree, Big Clue. It's very interesting story. He had an economics degree, and he was offered a job as a banker after he quit playing baseball in 1915 in New York. He turned it down to become a dairy farmer. And he struggled for the next 45 years to make a go of his dairy farm. It didn't work out. In an interview years later, his son said that going and working as a dairy farmer and not going to work as a banker in New York was the biggest mistake he'd ever made. Collins now looks in at Loudon. Stainage and Lake follow, and if one of those guys get on, the top of the order. Here's the pitch to Loudon. He's a .256 hitter. 258. He hits a base hit to left field. It's going to be a double. I guess I need to slow up the way this goes because I'm not I can't follow it that fast. Anyway, there's a runner on second. It's Loudon. There's nobody out. And Detroit starts the fifth inning like Boston started the bottom of the fourth. Anyway, here we go. Stainage is up. He's a 251 hitter. His last time up, he grounded out to third into a double play. They could sure use a double play now, but they're going to have trouble because there's only a runner on second. Here's the pitch. He hits the line drive right at Gardner. He makes the catch. Could have been a double play if Loudon took off at third. There's one away, runner on second. The pitcher's due up. He's batting 150, a runner on second. I'm not sure I would do this in 1950, but I'm going to play the corners in. Here's the pitch. He pops it up to first. Stahl has it for the out, and there's two away. Top of the order, Vitt. He's grounded to first. He was safe on an error and grounded to short his two times up. He's 0 for 2, batting 260. Collins throws. And he walks him. Runners now on first and second. Bush is up. He walked his first time out, grounded to third, batting 257. Here's the pitch by Collins. He hits a fly ball to center field. Speaker's going to put it away, and it's going to end the inning. At the end of 4.5, still all tied at 1. Collins, the pitcher, due up, followed by the top of the order, Hooper and Yerkes. Here's the pitch by Lake. Collins hits a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman has it over to first. One away. Hooper is due up. Hooper's walked, fly deep to right field. He's batting 287. Here's the pitch by Lake. And he hits a grounder to short. Bush over to first is going to be two away. Yerkes due up. He singled into the hole and grounded to short his second time up, batting 264. There's nobody on here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Score tied at 1. Here's the pitch by Lake to Yerkes. He hits a ground ball right back to the mound. Lake picks it up, tosses to first, and we go to the top of the sixth, still all tied at 1. As I glance over to the chat, we have Dwayne Martz in. Thank you for checking in, Dwayne. Anyway, we go to the top of the sixth. Cobb leads off, followed by Crawford and Delahunty. Ty Cobb, did he say he was on I think I read here, he's on a 9-game hitting streak. He's grounded to second, safe on an error fly deep down the right field line. Collins is pitching to him. Here we go. He hits a fly ball to center field, almost where Speaker is standing. He puts it away for the out. One away. Crawford is up. He fly deep to center field for a sacrifice and scored the first run in the first inning, grounded to short in the second. Batting 365. He's a left-handed batter. Collins is a left-handed pitcher, and here's the throw. He pops it up. This may be out of play. It sure should be.
Ball.
Collins looks at Crawford and throws. There's a bounding ball to first. Stahl picks it up, steps on the bag, unassisted. Two away here in the top of the sixth inning. Moving right along, we've got Delahunty is 0 for 2. He grounded to short and flied shallow to left field his second time up. Here's the pitch by Collins. Ground ball into right field is a base hit. Hooper picks it up, throws it back in, and Detroit has a runner on first. 2 outs, top of the 6th, runner on first. Moriarty up, 246 hitter. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. He grounded to short and grounded to third his first 2 times up. I'm going to throw over here anyway, even though I'm not sure that he would steal. It didn't do very much, only dropped that percentage to 57, so I'm going to pitch. Let's see what happens. And he's going to go. I'm going to have to read this. It was a bad throw. It gets past Yerkes, and Delahunty ends up in third. There's an error on Kerrigan. The thought that he wasn't going to go, in my case, was wrong. So we have a runner on third, 2 away. Moriarty's up. He's a 246 hitter, and Collins pitches. Ground ball, foul, past the third base line. There's an 0-2 count on Moriarty. Delahunty's on third. Collins throws. He hits a ground ball to second. Yerkes to first. Ends the inning. And the Red Sox get out of the problem that Kerrigan caused by throwing the ball into center field at the end of 5.5. It's 1-1. It's only been 6 hits in this game so far. 6 hits in the game. Tris Speaker's due up, followed by Lewis and Gardner. Tris Speaker has lined to short, flied deep to right center field. Both Lake and Collins are pitching a great game. Here's Lake's pitch to Speaker. Fly ball, center field. Cobb doesn't even have to move. It's because it went to the shortstop. I'll get that eventually. 1 away. That's why Cobb wasn't moving. Lewis is due up. He's batting .283. He lined a single in his first at bat, and he doubled down the third base line his second at bat. He's 2 for 2 on the day, batting .283. And here's the pitch by Lake. I'm going to get this one right. This one's to Cobb. He puts it away for the out. 2 outs. Score still tied at 1. Gardner due up. He's batting .306. He flied to deep right center field and to shallow left center field the second time up. Lake is a right-handed pitcher. Gardner's a left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. It looked like it might have been a line drive. It's a base hit in any event. And Gardner's at first. 2 away. It's not much of a steal threat as we saw earlier in the game. Stahl is due up. Stahl batting .329. He flied to deep center field and walked his second time up. Here's the pitch and they're going to throw over anyway. Well, that all of a sudden went to 57%. Oh, why not? Here we go. Well, I stole against my better judgment, and that's the end of 6. It's all tied up at 1. Don't worry, I know you guys are watching this, and I'm going to get better at dead ball managing, but right now I'm sort of stuck somewhere between 2022 and 1912, but I think I'll do better as time goes on. Here we go, top of the 7th inning. Loudon, Stainage, and Lake due up. Collins pitching a great game. Both teams only have, they have 7 hits. Detroit has 3, Boston has 4. Collins looks at Loudon, who doubled to left center field his last time up and singled his first time up. He's 2 for 2, and here's the pitch. The ground ball right back to the mound, over to first. 1 away. Stainage due up. He's 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play his first time up, line to third his second time up. He's a .250 hitter. Collins pitches. And there's a bounding ball to Stahl at first. He's going to take it himself, 2 away. Lake, the pitcher, is up. He struck out and popped to first. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got rid of the box announcing that the pitcher was batting. A few more adjustments to make it easier for me to call this game, and I think I'll be all set. Lake is not a very good hitter. Collins throws. And just when I said that, he hits a base hit to center field. I guess I could have guessed that, since whenever you say something like that, the opposite happens. Okay, we have a runner on first, 2 away, 1-1 the score. Top of the order, Vitt batting .260. In his 3 times up, he's grounded to first, but he was on the error, grounded to short. He walked. Runner on first, here's the pitch. That's going to be a blooper in the center field. Speaker's going to pick it up on the hop. Lake is going to hold at second. Is he? Throw to third, the out chance is 5%. Lake is not going to hold at second. We're not going to throw, and Lake's going to go to third. And the Tigers now threaten with runners on first and third. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Donnie Bush, the shortstop, is due up. He's walked, he grounded to third, he flied to center. He's batting .256. Collins is in a little jam. He's pitching to Bush. Here it is. And he pitches out of the jam at the end of 6.5. It's 1-1. You know, the 7th inning stretch and the national anthem are 2 of my favorite parts of the game for some reason. So I'll never interrupt that music when it's playing. You know, it's very interesting calling play-by-play with the Action PC game, the way it's set up, and with the PC Replay baseball with my 1950 replay. The Action PC is a little more difficult because you got to follow the ball. You don't always know where it's going. And I think I can make some adjustments on the speed of the play, which I'll practice in between games, and hopefully my play-by-play will be a little more adjusted to the actual play on the field. And Dwayne, I am having a blast, I can tell you. I wouldn't have dared broadcast this stuff live a couple of months ago when I started. I had to do it on pre-recorded. Now I can't even. Now I'm going to do the 1950 season live. It's quite frankly a lot more fun than doing it pre-recorded. Now we move on to the bottom of the 7th inning. Game tied at 1 apiece. We have Stahl, Wagner, and Kerrigan due up against Lake. Stahl is fly deep to center and walked. He's 0 for 1, batting .329. Here's the pitch. He hits a fly ball, or is it a pop-up? It's a pop-up. Moriarty's under it. Has it. I'm already getting better. 1 away. Wagner's up. Wagner hitting .267. He fly deep to center, grounded to third, and a force out is in the 4th inning. He has no home runs, 33 RBIs. Lake looks in at him and throws. He hits a fly ball to Cobb in center field. He hardly has to move. He puts it away for the out, and there's 2 away. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water here. It's only 100 108 degrees here in Vegas today. This weekend it will be between 112 and 120. So I don't think I'm going out anywhere. I may do a couple of games in between everybody else doing games. And I'm only going to do this first game of the doubleheader. I thought I might do both, but I'm not going to do both. So if someone wants to jump on and do a game, this looks like if I can get out of the tie score here, it'll be over in about 10 minutes. Kerrigan due up. Kerrigan batting .229. He struck out, fly to center. His 2 times up. Lake pitches. And he hits a foul ball to the right of first base. 1-2 count. Lake throws.
Strike 3.
Kerrigan's out. Collins is due up. He's 0 for 3. Nope, that's the end of the inning. Well, at the end of 7, it's 1-1. We go to the top of the 8th. I was wondering what Ty Cobb was doing stepping to the plate with 2 outs with the Red Sox bottom of the 7th. Collins has 102 pitches he's thrown. He's got a few more pitches in him. That's 150 I'm seeing here with my old 72-year-old eyes. So it doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Ty Cobb batting .413 on a 9-game hitting streak. He's grounded a second, flied deep to the right field line and flied to left center field. He's 0 for 3. Here's Collins' pitch to Cobb. And he's going to hit a base hit to center field, and he breaks his 0 for 3 string. Cobb is on first base. Well, they tell me I should attempt a pickoff. Now we only went from 52 to 76. The chances of him stealing are pretty good. Crawford's up batting .363. I'm going to do this just because I want to see what happens, but I'm going to pitch out. And Cobb goes nowhere. We're going to throw now. He'll go, of course. And here's the pitch to Crawford. He didn't, but there's a base hit to center field. Cobb is going to go to third. Speaker throws it into Wagner. And Detroit has a rally going here in the top of the 8th. Runners on first and third. Nobody out. Delahanty is up. Delahanty's a .255 hitter. I am going to play the corners in. Not that I expect to get anywhere here, but on a ground ball to first and third, maybe that will prevent Cobb from scoring. Delahanty batting .255. Crawford's got 20 steals in the season. I'm guessing he's going, huh? Delahanty grounded to short, flied shallow down the left field line and grounded a single between first and second. Well, let's see what happens. Now there's even a bigger chance he's going to go. Corners are still in. I'm still going to pitch. Let's see what happens. Well, it's a bunt, but it didn't do me any good. The runner still scored. Runners on first and second. Cobb held. Okay, I'm making some mistakes here. I apologize. I guess I did make a good play. He threw him out at first. Cobb held at third, which is what was supposed to happen. Bases loaded, however, 1 out. Moriarty is a .245 hitter, although he's got an 8-game hitting streak. He's grounded 3 times to the infield. The infield's going to play halfway. Collins pitches. And he's going to hit a line drive, single in the left field. Cobb's going to score. I got that one right. Crawford looks like he holds at third. It's now 2-1 Detroit. Infield's going to play normal now that we're behind 2-1. This runner's on first and third, Loudon up, the 261 hitter. He grounded a single his first time up, double to left, and then grounded out to the pitcher. We're hoping for a double play, and here's Collins' pitch. It's a ground ball to Stahl. There's only a 19% chance we're going to get him out at home. I'm not going to take it. We get the runner at second. Loudon goes to first. It's going to be 3-run Detroit. We have 2 outs. Loudon at first. Stainage coming up. Loudon may steal. Oh, that dropped to 37. I can now pitch to Stainage. Here we go. He's 0 for 3 on the day. He hits a fly ball, left field. Lewis moving over. He's got it for the out. And at the end of 7.5, it's Detroit 3, Boston 1. Well, the Red Sox need 2 runs here in the last 2 innings as I glance over to the chat, see what's going on. Yeah, Dave Gardner, that third baseman is really hot. No question about it. Anyway, my play-by-play is a little off today, but since this is the first time doing live play-by-play for Action PC, I'm going to forgive myself, practice a little bit offline, and come back in a couple of days and try it again. In the meantime, Collins is up. We are going to leave him in. He hasn't done very much. He grounded to second, fly deep to left. But I'm going to leave him in. He's going to hit. Lake is going to pitch. He hits a ground ball to Bush. Bush throws to first. And there's 1 away. Hooper's up. Hooper's batting .286 with a home run. 28 RBIs. He walked, fly deep to right, grounded to short. Here's the pitch by Lake. And there's going to be a base hit in the right field. Crawford picks it up, throws it in. The Red Sox have something going. They've got Hooper at first. Yerke's up. Red Sox are 2 runs down. We got Tris Speaker on deck. Tris Speaker would be the go-ahead run if we could get Yerke's on. Yerke's is a .263 hitter. He singled his first time up, grounded out his next 2 times up. Lake throws over to first. I guess he doesn't know I'm the manager. Lake throws.
Strike 3.
Yerke strikes out, 2 away. Speaker walks to the plate. He's batting .363 with 7 home runs. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. He lined to short, fly deep to right, pop to short. He's going to need to get a hit right here if he's going to keep that hitting streak going. Hooper on first. Lake throws. Throws over to first. Lake looks in at Speaker, looks at Hooper at first. Let's see what he does. He throws. Stainage throws to first to attempt to pick Hooper off. He was too little far off the bag. Didn't get anywhere. Lake looks in, looks over at Hooper, looks down at Speaker. He throws to Speaker, who hits a ground ball to right field. Let's see if Hooper is going to go to third. He does. We got runners on first and third. The tying runs on first. Duffy Lewis is up. He's 2 for 3 on the day. In retrospect, not pitch hitting for the pitcher doesn't look too good here. I should have done that. If they had gotten on, we would have had a run. Duffy Lewis lined a single, doubled, fly to center. Speaker on first. He's not going to steal in with me, the manager. Here's the throw by Lake. Let's see what he's going to do. Lewis, it's a fly ball deep to right field, but Crawford's going to put it. No, it's off the wall. Hooper scores. Speaker scores. The game's all tied up. I got to figure out what that ball's doing so I can call it a little better. Lewis ends up on second. This game is all tied up. Clutch hitting by Lewis. And that hot third baseman, Gardner, steps in. He's batting .308 for the season. Today he is flied very, very deep to right center field. He flied to shallow left line to single up the middle. A single up the middle now is just what the Red Sox would need. Lewis could score and the Red Sox could take a 4-3 lead. Lake looks in at Gardner and throws. Stainage walks out to talk to him. Strikes out Gardner to end the inning. At the end of 8, it's all tied up at 3. I guess for my watch the ball shadow when they're deep. Okay, I will do that. Of course, this is only the first game I've called, so I guarantee I'll get it eventually, but it is not as easy as Beatles that you make it look when you call the game. You do a great job. Red Sox are in the field. Detroit's up. Lake, the pitcher, is batting. It's a 3-3 game. Collins is going to look in at Lake and throws. He hits a ground ball into left field, a base hit. Well, the computer manager let Lake hit, and he got a single, so I guess maybe I didn't make a mistake. Lake's on first. He's the go-ahead run. There's nobody out. Vitt is up. Vitt's a .264 hitter. He's grounded to first, grounded to short, walked, singled up the middle. Collins throws. Foul ball to the right side. Lake is not a threat to steal. Collins looks in. Vitt lines the ball to short at third base. Gardner puts it away. There's one away here in the top of the 9th inning. Runner on first. Bush is up. Bush batting .255. He's the shortstop. He's walked, grounded to third, flied shallow to center, struck out. Would be nice to see a double play ball here. Lake once again is no threat to steal. Collins looks in and throws. Collins strikes out the shortstop. Now all he's got to do is face Ty Cobb. Well, I'm not going to say very much. I'm just going to throw. Ty Cobb grounds to first. Stahl steps on the bag, unassisted. The Red Sox get out of the inning. It's still 3-3, and that was quite a job done by Collins. And now we go to the bottom of the 9th where the Red Sox have a chance to win this game and walk it off. Although walk it off wasn't a term back in 1912. Jake Stahl batting .327. He's flied to deep center, walked, popped to first. Lake's still got an inning or two left in him, and he throws to Stahl. Ground ball. Great play by the third baseman over to first. Wagner, the shortstop, due up. I call him the human vacuum cleaner from watching him the few games I've seen him. It's a .266 batter. He flied to center, grounded to third. He flied to center again in the 7th. Lake throws. Fly ball to foul territory. That one's going to be in the stands. I got that called down. Excuse me, going to take another sip of water here. Okay, let's see if Wagner can do something. Here's the throw. He hits a ground ball. Vitt over to first. He's out. 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. unless Kerrigan can do something. It looks like we're going to go into extra innings. Lake pitches to Kerrigan. He's 227. He struck out twice, fly to center. Here's the pitch. He pops it up to third. I'm watching the shadow. Ditt's going to put it away. Thank you for the tip, Beatles. And at the end of regulation, it's all tied up, 3 apiece. Collins has got 141 pitches thrown. The computer telling me he's fine. We're going to let him pitch because he's been doing a good job. We have Crawford, Delahanty, and Moriarty due up. Crawford, a 365 hitter, flied to center, grounded to short, grounded to first, line to single up the middle. Here's the pitch by Collins. And he hits a ground ball into left field, base hit. Lewis picks it up, throws it back into Wagner. Crawford, 20 steals on the season. He's sitting on first base. Who knows what's going to happen? My guess he's going to bunt or he's going to steal. I'm going to go with the bunt. In at the corners. Collins has 148 pitches. Delahanty grounded to short, fly to shallow left field, down the line, grounded a single, and he bunted to first in the 8th inning. Let's see what he does now. He's going to bunt. Throw to first. They got him, but Crawford goes in the scoring position. There's one away. Moriarty is due up. He's a 248 hitter. You know, in excuse me, in 2023 they would walk Moriarty, an intentional walk. I don't know if they'd do it here. I'm not sure because I don't see too many double plays. I'm stalling to see what I'm going to do. Moriarty's batting 248. Grounded to short, grounded to third, grounded to second. He lined a single. I'm going to pitch to him. Let's see what happens. He's going to hit a pop-up to the second baseman. And there's 2 away. Speaker actually made that catch, but those guys were on top of one another. It must have been a really shallow center field. Crawford's still on second. Loudon's up. Loudon's a 259 hitter. Stainage is on deck. Loudon's grounded a single between third and short. Double to left center, grounded to the pitcher, grounded to first. Here's the pitch. He walked him. He's showing he's tired. Not sure what we have to work with here, so let's see. Well, we have a right-handed batter. And there's who we're putting in. There's a relief pitcher coming in. He's a lefty, but the reason I put him in is his average against right-handed batters was low. It might have been a small sample, but it was still low. Here we go. Let's see if I made the right call. I did not make the right call. Can Hooper throw out Crawford at home? The answer would be no. Detroit takes the lead. I'm not sure I made the wrong call. He might have got a hit, but I picked him because of that average. Van Dyke is now looking in. Lake is up. Lake, the starting pitch, is batting .217. Here's the pitch by Van Dyke. Bases are loaded. The third baseman's due up. They probably didn't do this very much. But I'm doing it anyway. He's all without much ado. Vitt today has grounded to first, grounded to short, walked, singled, lined to third. Smith is a lefty. He's looking in at Vitt. He needs pitching.
Take your base.
I guess maybe I shouldn't have taken out the starter, but he was tired. Donnie Bush due up, bases loaded, 5-3 Detroit. He's walked, grounded to third, fly to center, struck out twice. Bush has not had a good day at the plate. He's 0 for 4. Let's see what Smith does with him. Fly ball, center field. Speaker's going to be under it for the out. The inning is finally over. The Red Sox are coming up, bottom of the 10th. Speaker usually plays very shallow as I glance over here at the chat. Well, he was in shallow for that other play. Anyway, here we go. The Red Sox need to score 2 runs to tie, 3 runs to win. We've got a pinch hitter due up for Smith. And we're going to look for the highest average. I don't care if he's a lefty or a righty. Krug is pinch hitting. He's as a pinch hitter, it says he's 375 at 455. He's a 375 hitter. Lake looks at Krug and throws. He hits the ball right back at Lake. Lake over to first, 1 away. Hooper's up. Hooper, 288 hitter, walked, fly deep to right, grounded to short, grounded a single between first and second. The Red Sox desperately need a runner. Lake, with only 125 pitches, still has a little energy in him. He walks Hooper, who goes down to first base, as the tying run steps to the plate in the form of Yerkes, who's 1 for 4. He singled between third and short, grounded to the pitches, struck out. Hooper on first. Let's see if Yerkes can do something with Lake. They throw over to first to hold Hooper. Obviously, they haven't got the message that I'm the manager. Here's the pitch.
Strike 3.
Yerkes strikes out. Red Sox down to their final out. Tris Speaker, if you're going to have a final out at bat, it might as well be Tris Speaker. Tris Speaker's hitting .365. He led the league in home runs in real life. He's got 7 through about halfway through this season, so it looks like he's going to have more than 10 in my replay. He's lined to short, flied to deep right center, popped to short, grounded a single. This would be a time for a home run. Here's the pitch by Lake, and he throws to first. A 78% chance of stealing the base. I still can't do it. Here's the pitch to Speaker. He hits a ground ball to second, Loudon over to first, and that's the ball game. Red Sox lose to Detroit here in the first game of today's twin bill, 5-3. As we go over to the scoreboard, the Tigers were 5-11-0. The Red Sox 3-7-3. 2 of those errors were in the first inning. I didn't help them managing. Collins is now 2-6. Maybe he'll retire early if I keep managing the replay. And Lake was the winner. He's 5-2. The batting stars, let's see, we got a couple of hits out of Crawford, and we got a couple of hits out of Loudon. For the Red Sox, they only had 7 hits, 3 of which were Duffy Lewis. As we go over to the pitching, we see that Lake pitched all 10 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, striking out 5, walking 3. He threw 150 pitches. Collins pitched 9 2/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. It's still what isn't as good as Lake's performance. He walked 3, struck out 3. And the Red Sox bullpen didn't pitch too well. Anyway, let's go over and take a glance at the standings. The Red Sox, who were 25, 30 games above 500 in real life, I've managed to take them to 39 and 40. The good news is I've only managed 4 or 5 games. Thank you, Beatles, for the well done. I've only managed 4 or 5 games, so I haven't had a chance to screw them up. That was the computer doing the simulation to get me to July 12th. I play all my replays on the date. It's the only way I keep up with them. So today I'll play all the July 12th games with all the different seasons, so on and so forth. Batting leaders in the American League, Ty Cobb, who we saw today play, is leading at .414. We haven't seen Walter Johnson, but he's leading the league with a 1.54 ERA. Smokey Joe Wood of the Red Sox have 16 wins on the season. Well, we'll hopefully get one of his games in pretty soon. Speaker has 7 home runs, along with Zinn and home run Baker, and he's 2 behind Muller, I guess, for Washington, who's leading the replay. Anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me. I will, here, let me do this while I'm here. Before I sign off, let's play the rest of the day, see if they won the second game. Oh, I've got it marked play. Sorry about that. We won't play it. We'll do what I do here. I don't adjust the rosters. I let them play whoever they want to. I'm not. Roster control for my 1912 game isn't what I'm looking for. We hit a couple of more buttons here.
Play ball.
We'll go down here and let's see what happens. The Red Sox lose a doubleheader. They lose the second game 2-1. 2-4-2 for Detroit. 1-8-3 for the Red Sox. The Red Sox fielding is atrocious. 6 errors on the day. And there's no sense in going over that because they lost. So let's do this. We'll close that. And now we'll look at the 39-41 Red Sox, 10 games behind Detroit. Ty Cobb is now hitting .413. Speaker's still at 7 home runs. And Smokey Joe Wood is still at 16 wins. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate you coming here and spending a little time with me. It's a little over an hour. I know you guys probably on the East Coast either want to go to bed or play your own games. So I just want to know that I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you again soon.